So as always, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. This is our 4th week in our 4-week focus of really paying attention to postures that exercise our feet and our ankles. And so tonight's class is going to be iron yoga. So as always, weights are completely optional. I will be using 5 pounds tonight, and you're welcome to use anything lighter, heavier, or none at all. We're going to start in a hero's pose. So staying on theme for our 4-week focus, starting in hero's pose. But once again, if this posture is not super comfortable for you, maybe it's not super comfortable on the knees or the ankles aren't really warmed up yet, then feel free to start in an easy seated position or any other of your favorite seated positions. Come down to your shins, pointing your toes behind you, feeling a nice stretch through the front of your ankles. And then stack your shoulders over your hips. Reach the crown of your head nice and tall. Roll your shoulders up, down, and back. Allow your arms to hang heavy at your sides. And take a moment to close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Take another longer, deeper inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it all go. Feel the shoulders begin to soften. And take one larger, fuller, deeper inhale yet. Try to invite in as much air as you possibly can into your lungs. Pause when you reach the top, finding that max capacity. And then forcibly exhale all the air out of your lungs, trying to find empty. Seal your lips and continue to take long, slow, deep inhales and long, slow, complete exhales. Gently tilt your right ear towards the right shoulder and gently turn your head to rotate through the neck. Big neck circle in one direction, pause, big neck circle in the opposite direction. And then return back to center. Gently blink your eyes open. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head, fingertips point to the sky. Bring your palms together, lower your thumbs in front of your chest. Walk your hands forward into a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Tuck your toes and then gently begin to rock forward and back, feeling a little stretch through the toes and the balls of your feet and your arches. Beautiful. Come back to center, untuck the toes, and then roll one ankle out at a time. Clockwise, nice and slow. Maybe you'll feel some little pops or cracks, and then switch directions counterclockwise. And then switch feet. Going one direction clockwise, and then the opposite direction. Beautiful. Step back to a high plank. Shoulders still over wrists and heels over hips. And once again, gently rock forward and back. Notice if you still have any more cracks or pops in the ankles. And then gently rock the ankles, the heels, from side to side. Beautiful. Separate your feet roughly mat width distance apart, and then walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Lower your hips down and come into a deep squat, Malasana. Now your heels might lift off the mat, and that's okay. If they feel comfortable to be flat on the mat, that's okay too. If it feels comfortable, come up onto your fingertips and maybe even bring your palms to your chest. Possibly use your elbows to press into your inner knee, inner thigh. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, release your hands down, lift the hips, forward fold. Keeping your feet hips width distance apart, gently roll yourself up to standing. Head and neck are last to lift. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, extended mountain. Exhale, gentle back bend, lift the chest, cactus the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach the arms back up and maybe come up to your tippy toes. See how that feels. Exhale, lower the heels, forward fold. Push the hips back, lead with the chest. Walk your hands forward to the top of the mat. High plank, inhale, hold. Squeezing through the core, embracing the abs. Exhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Malasana squat. Knees are nice and wide. Perhaps heels are still lifted. Palms to your chest. Maybe using your elbows to keep your legs nice and wide. Exhale, forward fold. This time, walk your feet together. Inhale, roll yourself up to standing. Arms come with us, extended mountain. Exhale, gentle back bend, lift the chest. Inhale, rise, mountain. Maybe come up onto the tippy toes. See how that balance feels when you come up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, soften the heels, lead with your chest, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long, strong spine. Exhale, plant your hands down, lift your heels, lower your hips, widen the knees, toe stand. So heels are lifted, we're really balancing on the balls of our feet and using our toes for balance. If it feels okay to keep your fingers on the mat, that's okay. If you want to test your balance, start to lift your chest and bring your thumbs up to your sternum, reaching through the crown of your head, activating through your core. Beautiful. Lower the hands down and walk your hands all the way to the top of your mat. High plank. Inhale, high plank, hold. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Point your toes, stretching the tops of your feet. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift the chest, roll your shoulders down your back. Squeeze the elbows towards your rib. Exhale, lower the chin down. Inhale, push yourself up to tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. And we'll hold downward facing dog for just a moment here. Pedal out your feet. It's our first down dog of class. Ankles should feel nice and warmed up already here. Stretching through one calf at a time, and then settle into your downward facing dog, peeking the hips as high as they'll go, pressing your chest back towards the tops of your thighs. Roll the shoulders away from your ear. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Inhale, right leg high. Heel points up, toes point down. Engage through the back of your right thigh. Exhale, step your right foot forward, low lunge. From low lunge, hold it here, and once again, just gently rock forward and back, feeling a stretch through the arches of your back foot. Lower the back knee down, walk your hands back towards your hips, half splits. Your knee can still be slightly bent, and play with pointing your toes and flexing your right foot up towards you. Gently rocking forward and back, noticing a pattern throughout class today. Beautiful. Walk your hands forward, back to a low lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. And if you're using weights today, go ahead and grab your weights. Keeping the back heel lifted, inhale, come all the way up to a high crescent lunge. Stacking your shoulders over your hips, engaging through that left glute for stability. Keep your weights down to your side, shift your shoulders forward. So notice how you have to lift your back heel a little bit more, shifting the shoulders forward, weights under the shoulders. Lift up with each elbow, both elbows at a time for a row, squeezing the shoulder blades together and lower. Lift and lower. Let's do 3 more just like that. Lift and squeeze and lower. Lift and lower. Last one, lift and lower. Inhale, arms come up, center the torso over the hips, high crescent lunge. Inhale, hold it here, squeeze the low belly in. Exhale, warrior 2. Spin the back heel down, find stability in the feet, and then bring the arms down. Now when we have weights, it's nice to keep your elbows bent, palms up. Still widen through the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Sink deep into that front knee. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Inhale, reverse warrior. Punch that right arm to the sky. Left arm reaches down the back thigh. Gripping the weights nice and tight. Feeling a stretch through the torso. Inhale, star pose. Parallel the feet. Bring your arms up like an X. Exhale, horse squat. Pivot your heels in. Elbows come toward the hips. And then sink your hips down low. Just going as low as you feel comfortable. From here, release your weights down in front of you in the center. We have a fun little dynamic arm and squat combination. So to begin, I'll demonstrate. We'll squat it down. We'll lift up one elbow at a time, so left elbow first, and option to come up onto your tippy toes at the top of your squat. Lower both hands down as you squat, heels come down as we squat, and then alternate. Opposite elbow comes up, right elbow. Lifting the heels is optional. So now moving at a slightly quicker pace, squat it down, alternating row, lift and lower and lift. Option to lift the heels at the top of the squat. And as you get to the bottom of the squat, really activate through the glutes. Beautiful. Lower and lift. We'll do one more each side after this one. Lift and lower. Last one on the left and lower. Last one on the right and lower. Beautiful. Inhale, star pose, creating that beautiful X with the body, parallel the feet once again. Exhale, warrior 2. Pivot your right toes forward, your front toes forward, arms come to a T. Once again, if those weights are heavy, feel free to keep a nice bend in the elbow. Inhale, hold. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward, place your right elbow on the thigh, lift the left arm to the sky. Beautiful. Weight stays directly stacked above the left shoulder. Squeeze the low belly in. Inhale, look down at your front foot. Exhale, gently place the weights down and in front of you. Step your right foot back to meet your left. High plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, baby cobra, or start to put a little bit more pressure into your hands for a higher cobra. Lifting the belly off the mat. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, feeling a nice stretch through the torso. Exhale, lower down. Inhale through tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Inhale, left leg high. Toes point down, heel points up, lift through the back of your left thigh. See if you can get that heel a little bit higher. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Place your left foot in between your hands, lower your back knee down. Inhale, walk your hands back towards your hips, half splits. So once again, you can keep a little bend in the knee and play with pointing the toes forward and flexing the toes back towards you. Notice how that feels on the top of your ankle, top of your foot, versus the back of your calf and your knee. Beautiful. Walk your hands forward, low lunge, tuck your back toes, lift your back heel, and then gently rock forward and back. Once again, noticing if you have any cracks or pops left in that ankle. Beautiful. Grab your weights. With control, inhale as you rise into a high lunge. Finding the foundation, shoulders stack over hips. Weights still stay down towards your sides while we're making sure we feel nice and stable in the base. Squeeze through your right glute for stability, and then shift your shoulders forward. Weights fall underneath the shoulders. Squeeze that low belly in, long, strong spine. Nice straight line from the back of your neck to the back of your right heel. And we lift our elbows all the way up for a side row, squeezing the shoulder blades together and lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Last 3, lower, and 2, lower, and 1, lower. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Squeeze the weights nice and strong. Arms stack up over the shoulders, shoulders stack over the hips. Inhale, hold. Exhale, warrior 2. Spin the back heel down, arms come to a T. Once again, keeping the elbows bent, palms up. If you have lighter weights or you really want to test yourself, you can reach your arms directly out to a T, palms face down. But just know that's going to be far more challenging because of that extra leverage in the weights. So find the level that you're at today. It's okay if it varies. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your left arm to the sky. Right arm reaches down the back thigh. Inhale, hold it here. Exhale, feel a nice stretch through the front torso. Inhale, star pose. Straighten the front knee. Arms come up like an X. Exhale, horse squat. Elbows come to your hips. Pivot, heels in, toes out. And just make sure that your knees are going in the same line as your toes. So if you need to change the angle of your feet, that is okay. Arms reach down to your side. So we'll do the same squat and row combination here again, but this time I want to see if you can go even lower in your squats, and if you didn't lift the heels at the top, I encourage you to try it this time. So we'll still alternate. Squat nice and low, lift one elbow at a time, and lower nice and deep. Lift, come up to the tippy toes if you can. Lower, lift, lower, nice and low with control though, and lift. Beautiful. Let's keep alternating, one elbow at a time, squeezing through the shoulder blades, feeling the heart rate quicken. Beautiful. Let's do one more each side. Last one on this side and last one on the other side. Beautiful. Squat it down. Inhale, star pose. Parallel the feet. Exhale, warrior 2. Pivot your left toes forward. Bring your arms back down to a T. Inhale, hold. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward. Place the left elbow on the thigh. Punch the right arm above the shoulder. Hold here. Exhale, look down at your front foot. Release the weights down and in front of you. And come back to a high plank. Squeeze, hold the abs here, high plank. Inhale. Exhale, with control, slowly lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Option to stay with baby cobra or a high cobra to straighten the arms, or if you're feeling really strong, lift your knees up off the mat for upward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, find your way up to downward facing dog. Option to stop through tabletop along the way or flow directly up. Beautiful. Bring your feet together at the back of your mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward and have a seat. Beautiful. So for our next exercise, we're going to do a little core work. You have the option to use one weight, two weights, or no weights. So bring your weights up to either side so you have them handy in case you choose to use them, and lower all the way down to your back. Finding a bridge base. So feet are hips width distance apart, knees point up. Scoot your heels as close to your glutes as you can. Toes point to the top of your mat. Beautiful. So decide if you want to try one weight or both weights or no weights. And if you're going to use both weights, put one weight in each hand and then gently rest them on top of your hips. And if you want to start with one weight, just grab one weight with both hands and center it just above your pelvis or hold it with your hands. Beautiful. So you can always change how many weights you choose to use. Lift your hips all the way up, squeeze through the glutes. Lift your heels up off the mat, feeling a nice activation through the ankles. Beautiful. So now we're going to alternate marching knees from bridge position. So lower your hips down. Option to keep the heels lifted or to lower down at any time. And then lift one heel up as you lift your hips up. And then lower it back down. So we're marching from bridge. Hips lift and lower with each march. Lower, lift, and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift. With the knee that's lifting, flex your toes back towards your shin, and lower, keeping the knee at around a 90-degree angle, and lower. Lift, we'll do one more each round, each side after this, and lift, and lower. Last one, lift and lower. Beautiful. Take your weights, move them off to the side. Bring your heels down to the mat. Inhale, regular bridge pose. Lift your hips as high as you can off the mat. Maybe walk your shoulders underneath your back. Maybe even clasp your hands and pull your fists toward your heels if that feels okay. Lift your hips up as high as they'll go, feeling a nice stretch through the abs. Lift the heels and slowly lower your hips all the way back down, releasing your hands from underneath you. Beautiful. Bring your knees to your chest, give yourself a little hug, and rock from side to side. Lower your left foot down and place your right ankle on your left knee. Move your weights out of the way if they're in the way next to you. Lift your left foot up off the mat so your shin is parallel to the ground. Recline figure four. Grab both hands around the back of your left thigh and gently pull your left knee closer towards you, just enough so that you feel a nice stretch through the back of your right thigh and through your right hips. Hold this posture, keeping gentle tightness through, gentle tension through the back of the right thigh. Relaxing the shoulders away from your ears. If it feels nice, maybe give your left ankle a little rotation. Beautiful. Lower your left foot back flat to the mat. Keep your ankle connected where it is, and then lower your right foot, left knee combo down to the left side of your mat for a variation of a supine twist. Bring your arms out to a T. Once again, mindful if you have any weights there, and tilt your gaze past your right fingertips. Feeling the belly begin to soften. Inhale, come back up to center. Release both feet flat on the mat. Bring your left ankle now to your right knee. Lift the right shin, recline figure four. Grab both hands at the back of your right thigh, and you can pull your right knee closer to you as much as it feels comfortable to have a nice stretch along the back of your left thigh and feeling a nice stretch through the left hip. So you'll decide how tight you want to pull. There should not be any pain here or discomfort, just a nice stretch through the back of the left thigh. So if it feels like it's a little too tight, you can always release the grip and allow your right knee to create more space between yourself. Holding here with gentle tightness, and maybe even rotate your ankle in one circle and then the other direction. Beautiful. Gently release your right foot back down to the mat, keeping your left ankle connected. Lower the right knee, left foot down toward the left side of your mat. Bring your arms out to a T and tilt your gaze toward your left hand. Option to keep your eyes closed from the remainder of class. Feeling gentle softness through the belly. Inhale, come back up to center. Bring both knees up into your chest. Give yourself one more tight squeeze. Point your toes, squeeze your knees as close into your chest as you can. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, release Shavasana. Extend your arms and legs out long and wide. Allow your toes to flop open. Roll your shoulders down your back. And begin to release each muscle group through the body. Relax through your toes, the balls of your feet, your arches and your heel. Relax through your ankles, your calves, your kneecaps, and your thighs. Relax through your hips and your glutes, allowing yourself to sink into your mat. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your belly as your whole spine feels supported by the earth beneath you. Relax through your fingers, your palms, and your wrists. Relax through your forearms, your elbows, and your biceps. Soften through the neck, your shoulder blades, and your jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth and relax all the muscles in your face. Gently begin to bring awareness back to your body and your breath. Take a slightly deeper inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. On your next inhale, reach your arms up over your head for a wall-to-wall stretch. Point your toes, get long, get lean, and gently draw your knees up into your chest for one last hug. Rock from side to side and fall over on your favorite side. Keeping your eyes closed, gently push yourself up to a seat and cross your legs. Root down through your sit bones. Sit tall, sit proud. Bring your palms together and press your thumbs into your chest. Take a deep breath in through your nose. May we look inward for validation and acceptance. Inhale, draw your thumbs to your lips. May we speak words of truth, kindness, and encouragement. Inhale, draw your thumbs to your third eye center, our space of introspection and reflection. May we be the change we wish to see in this world. Take a deep inhale to fill yourself with love and light, and exhale to share it with the world. Namaste.